Ask Reddit daily, what's an IRL version of a level 1 bad guy? An underwire that pokes out of your bra and stabs you in the chest all day. A hex bug with a knife on top of it. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. A middle schooler making fun of you for not having 200 plus followers. Nathan, you don't need no followers, friend. Not because you don't deserve them, but because we all die when the sun blows up. Then who's gonna ask how many follows you have? Not me. Sun won't blow up. It'll just incinerate Earth when it expands. The more you know. When little Timmy went to school and sat down next to Stu, he said, "I'm really far more cool and popular than you." "You're such a total nerd," said Tim, "an utter waste of youth." For Stu had fewer friends than him, or followers, in truth. But Stu was up and standing tall. He raised his fists with pride. For this was level 1, that's all, and Timmy freaking died. Internet troll. Now they're more like a level 3, you have to deal with them after you learn the ropes of the game called life. People who don't dim their high beams while following someone on the highway at night, their attacks are extremely weak, but they'll kill someone eventually. This is gonna be who I snap on. I'm not even Thanos and I wanna snap on these mofos. The alcoholic threatening to beat you up while not being able to stay on their feet and always swinging to the left right of you because he's seeing you in doubles. The equivalent of a regular zombie in Dead Island. Or an Irishman. The curb that's 1 inch higher than you expected, so you do that little mini stumble thing. Or that's an inch lower and you start to trip forward like a dingus. The fatal half inch. Title of your sex tape. The guy who does a slow and go at a 4-way stop when you were there first. This needs more attention for sure. It's like that boss that you defeat that resurrects throughout the entire game. One of the first bosses you see, but later in the game they start throwing them at you as regular mobs. A fly that won't stop bugging you. Fruit flies are the worst. So small you can't catch them, but you can still clearly hear them. Dude, they are like LV99. They have max agility. Agility doesn't count towards combat level. Besides, you need to use a butterfly net if you don't have the hunting level to catch them with your bare hands. Generic ants. Not bullet ants or anything, just ants. You know ants are hardcore when they're given titles. Bullet ants are some scary mofos. People who stare at you and make you look away. Pathetic weakling. You were asking for the weakest possible enemy, the one that is usually defeated with one move. If you win the encounter, you become the enemy. I have literally sat for 5 minutes in a gas station parking lot refusing to break eye contact with some old bastard who stared at me when I pulled up. I think that's called love. I think it's called a mannequin. Anyone featured in posts from r/I am very badass. Solicitors in front of Walmart. In the UK we call lawyers solicitors. I imagined gangs of poorly suited shysters heckling you about your recent injury at work on your way into Walmart. Exactly the same image I had, and I just thought Walmart, ambulance chasing hacks. Sounds about right, America. Classmates that borrow your pencil and never return it. In the first year of elementary school, just after the tutorial, there's a kid who won't share the swing and keeps it all recess. I feel like this is also where your friend would bring up the AP meter and how you press actions to deal bonus damage. When I was 5 I had this situation, but with the jungle gym. I had watched way too much pro wrestling, so I solved it by DDT-ing the kid from the top and breaking both his arms. He got in trouble for it too. That's the day I learned authority is not fair. At least you helped him nurture his relationship with his mom. Guy who flipped you off while driving that won't make eye contact when you're both stopped at the next intersection. The hall monitor from back in middle school. The parking meter checker for adults. What's a hall monitor? A domesticated lizard. I don't fully understand the comment, but since it has silver this must have meaning that flew over my head. Edit. Theo, I get it now. Monitor is a type of lizard, and that would make a hall monitor a lizard in a hallway, or domesticated in a home. That one video of a robber who dropped his gun behind the counter and the other who brought a sword that was shorter than the clerk's. Workplace lunch thief. Once you catch the thief they won't put up a fight. I was hungry. You were a coward. Kids from rough neighborhoods that try and rob you. BTW. By kids I mean like under 13, so someone you could easily punt across the fricking moon. Fourth down. Anon grabs the kid. What a kick. What would you do if there was a child right in front of you? AT&T customer support. Edit. Verizon is at least LVL3. Spectrum is level 99. They nerfed Spectrum super hard. Now you will get matched with a real person by just staying on the line and not saying anything. People who steal/eat grapes from the supermarket. People do that. My mother said one day she saw a woman eating an uppercase banana and gave it to an employee to throw it away after she finished. This was all while the lady was still shopping. That is so freaking funny. What did the employee say? Orange, you glad you ate that banana? That dude who keeps asking the introvert why he doesn't speak. Man, that's a final boss. If it's a co-worker, yes. Secret boss if it's your manager. The first person who cuts you off in traffic when you start driving on your own. That event cues the horn tutorial and you get options for your shout skill tree +2 anger or anxiety depending your character build. I'm running a multi-class build where I get +1 each to anger and anxiety instead of +2 to one or the other. Telemarketers. I hated that job. Nowadays it's all scams though. Even worse. That spider all trying to be sneaky and zip across the wall while it thinks I'm not paying attention. I see you in my peripheral vision, you little fucker, and now I sentence you to death for trespassing. It sounds like you are the level 1 boss. No, he's the level 200 spider boss. Yeah, you definitely want to be at least a level 220 spider before you enter the living room area. Uppity retail customers who complain about every possible thing. That's phase 1 of the final boss. That goose at the park that I tried to do karate at when I was 5. Bruh, geese are like level 8. Those guys are insane. You have been visited by Dr. Doggo. Comment and subscribe to stay healthy.